Don't think it. Don't say it. 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 Don't think it. Don't say it.
Don't think it. Don't say it. Don't think it.
Spit that. Get out of my brain!
I am directly below the enemy scrotum.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second episode of the Bestest Movies. I am your host, Josh Ageddon, and yes, I know, it's been a year and a half since the last episode. You want to know why? College. Bite me. And in that video, I reviewed the Emoji Movie, because I hate myself, apparently. And in that video, I said that was not the worst movie to come out in 2017. I am now reviewing the worst movie that came out in 2017, The Bye-Bye Man.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
For those of you wondering why I'm talking about it now, I mean, it's not really all that relevant at all, aside from when it came out. I mean, it's been what, 2 years since it came out? I get that. I know I'm a little late to the party, but again, you know, college. But it's not just that. You don't understand. I have a vendetta against this movie. And it actually, believe it or not, involves my mom. Funny story. You see, back around this time in January of 2017, I wanted to see Split. That was all I wanted to see, because it looked really cool, and I absolutely adore James McAvoy. Yes, mostly because he was an X-Men. Leave me alone. But yeah, I really wanted to go see Split, but it wasn't playing at my local theater, because my local theater only has 2 screens, and it's really old, so it doesn't really play all that many movies that come out. So the theater that was playing it was in North Carolina. I live in East Springs, South Carolina, so it's a little bit of a drive, and I didn't know how to get to that theater, so my mom was going to have to drive me. She didn't want to go see Split. Why? I have no idea. What she did want to go see was The Bye-Bye Man. Why? I have no idea! I saw the trailers for The Bye-Bye Man, and I thought it looked atrocious. So I clearly didn't want to go. But me and Mom struck up a deal. If I went to go see The Bye-Bye Man with her, she would take me to go see Split. My God, I hated this movie. It was so bad. And of course she loved it. Because, of course, love you, Mom, but I don't understand. I do not understand. So, and then we went to go see Split, and I loved it, and she fell asleep. To her credit, to be fair, to be absolutely fair, she was sick, so it's not really her fault. But it's a wonder I didn't fall asleep during The Bye-Bye Man. So, yeah, I do have a little bit of a grudge against this movie. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. It is so bad. Like, not exaggerating. When I was talking about the Emoji Movie, I said one of the problems was it wasn't funny. There were moments during The Bye-Bye Man where I was doubled over, laughing hysterically. It's a scary movie. How? But before I really get into how bad this movie is, to be fair, there are some positives, and I will touch on the positives right now. Starting with... Surprisingly, this movie has a great opening scene. It is a long, uninterrupted, one-shot, one-take scene with no camera cuts that follows Larry, the focus of the shot, for several minutes as he guns people down. The acting itself is, passable.
Yeah, I told Rick. He thought it was funny.
But the shot itself is impressive and interesting to watch. It feels immersive, which is great. The scene itself doesn't reveal that much, and it has a confusing atmosphere. Not confusing in a bad way, mind you, but in an ominous, foreboding, uncertain way, because you're not sure of what's going on, and neither is most of the characters on the screen. It's the only part of the movie that makes you feel uneasy, and much of that has to do with Leigh Whannell's performance as Larry, which is the best of the film by far. He carries this scene,
and it mostly works. Seriously, this movie could have been great if it kept this uneasy, uncertain vibe with good actors throughout. As it stands, it's legitimately the only good scene in the entire movie. When it cuts to black, the movie falls off a cliff for the next hour and a half and never recovers. Another positive is the concept of the Bye-Bye Man himself. The idea of a boogeyman who operates like a virus if you say his name is interesting, cool, and potentially terrifying if done right. Keywords: done right. Concept alone does not equal good, it has to be executed well. And as I'll discuss, this movie fails in a hilarious fashion every time it tries. Outside of the first 4 or 5 minutes of the movie. And my last positive, the main character's older brother's name is Virgil, and that's awesome. Don't even care. He's even a terrible dad like this Virgil. I love it. So, good opening scene, interesting concept, and a dope name. Everything else in this movie sucks.
In just about every aspect, the Bye-Bye Man is incomprehensibly bad. At everything. I mean, the characters are stupid and unlikable, like in every other scary movie. The writing sucks, the acting is atrocious, the CGI is god-awful, it's boring, it's hysterical when it tries to be scary. Just, even the name of the movie itself is stupid. Really, your big bad guy, the scary monster in the movie, is called the Bye-Bye Man? That, like all these legendary figures in horror, you have Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, the Bye-Bye Man. It doesn't carry the same weight. It sounds silly. And the Bye-Bye Man himself, he's not scary.
Every single review I've seen for this movie has always said that his design is good. And I very much disagree. He looks boring. Nothing about him stands out. He looks like if Voldemort found a hoodie and did meth. But he looks better than this monstrosity. Good God! This stupid demon dog thing, it looks horrendous. It looks like PS1 if I'm being very generous. The gargoyle that ate Jade in Mortal Kombat Annihilation looks more convincing than this. How? And another reason why the Bye-Bye Man and his stupid dog don't work is because we know nothing about them. Why are they like this? What is their deal? Where does the atrocious CGI dog come from? What is with the train imagery? Why is the train important? Why are the coins important? None of these questions are answered. It's like the filmmakers knew he had to have some quirks and gimmicks and lore, but didn't know how to weave it into the story. They're just there for no reason. And I don't care if this is based on an urban legend or not. I shouldn't have to read up on why the Bye-Bye Man is the Bye-Bye Man on the internet just to understand the movie. That's dumb and lazy. Just like this third-rate Slender Man. Baldy from Baldy's Basics is scarier than this clown. Also, this shot right here is one of the dumbest things in the entire movie. None of the characters can see this happening. The only people that know this is happening is the audience. And it looks like garbage. I don't understand this shot. It's accidentally breaking the fourth wall because it's only for the audience to see. It's just the dumbest thing imaginable. Speaking of bad editing, these camera cuts can suck my anus. What was the point of showing them open the door only to cut to a wide shot of the house, only to cut back to them still entering the house? Why not show the wide shot first, and then have them come through the door on the inside uninterrupted? It looks so choppy. There are multiple inexplicable camera cuts for no reason, and it's so jarring. And this first-person shot... oh dear. Oh, this just looks so bad. I don't even know how to describe how much this sucks. It just does. Just, ugh. And this is worse than the dog! Oh my god! The editing and CGI in this movie are so absolutely laughable. This movie's even dubbed badly.
No, it's under the mat. It's only 20 minutes. This is the first time he's rented the place. The guy says it's fantastic.
What else would he say? It's a doghouse?
I'm trying to...
Hey guys, I sure hope you can hear me from all the way over there!
Fantastic.
The writing in this movie is abysmal as well. For starters, every single character in the movie reads everything out loud. All of them.
Don't say it. Don't think it. Don't say it. Don't think it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
You look like a model from the 70s. The personal pilot of a James Bond villain. A 19-year-old koala bear person.
Really? You couldn't have a voiceover of them reading in their heads or, show what they're reading? What's even more annoying is the writers don't know how to introduce characters or characteristics without stating it as unnaturally as possible.
What's up, man? Oh, little brother.
Hi, older brother! How are you today, older brother? Hey, little brother! What can I do for you, little brother? Alright, I'll leave you to it, older brother. Guys, that was my little brother. Man, I love my little brother.
Tier 1.
Hey, he made me look smart, and I made him look ugly.
But after the crash, he took care of me.
Talk shit about my boys, folks. You're done.
Well, that was abrupt. Hey man, how are you? I'm good, how are you? Remember when you took care of me after that crash?
Why do jocks always have to play games, even at a party?
Man, I can't believe those jocks are being jocks. Man, jocks, they just love to be jocks, don't they? Those frickin' jocks. God.
Speaking of just bad, unnatural, odd writing, I noticed this upon my second viewing while preparing this review. He's playing a super cheerful song while on the way to gun his friends down. Is it just me or is that just unbelievable? If you were near hyperventilating, about to shoot your friends and kill yourself to stop a demon, I doubt you'd be blasting this on the way there. The reason why this happens in the first place is because they wanted to have the movie open up with a catchy song, but they didn't want it to just be in the background, so they had Larry playing it in his car so it'd be more natural. It didn't work. But don't worry, the next funeral I go to, I'll be sure to drive there with Live and Learn from Crush 40 blasting in my car all the way there. Oh, this movie is so dumb. And this awful writing actually makes the terrible acting understandable. You take the best actors out there and give them a bad script, bad dialogue, and bad direction, and they will suck. Doesn't matter who they are. But yeah, the acting in this movie is terrible. When people freak out, I don't get the sense that they're scared. I get the sense that they are dangerously close to overdosing on cocaine. Seriously. Why is he shaking? She is the sick one. Speaking of her, this actress. Wow.
It's like now that I know his name, he's coming for me.
She's by far the worst in the movie. She can't even sneeze right. No one actually says "achoo" when they sneeze. Just, oh, the acting's so bad.
And while we're on the subject of the terrible acting, I guess we might as well go ahead and jump into the worst thing in the movie. These characters are the dumbest, most unlikable people on planet Earth.
I'm going to start with something that legitimately pissed me off. Earlier, I said Virgil is a bad father. I said that because at the beginning of the movie, he and his equally awful mother of a wife take their little girl to a frat party and let her wander around all by herself. Are you serious? What kind of parent does this? And I don't care if it's your little brother's new house. Your little brother who is, of course, playing beer pong at the moment. Now, Virgil doesn't rip his child's arm off like another Virgil we know, granted. But still, this guy is a terrible father, and I feel so bad for this poor girl. Moving on to the main trio, there's a love triangle. Of course. College romance, BS, and a scary movie in 2017. Great! Which of course leads to this, which I did not need to see. This John guy, I swear to God he is bipolar. When things start getting weird, he immediately becomes super passive-aggressive and confrontational for the rest of the film. And then there is Elliot, our main protagonist, who is arguably the dumbest of them all. In the movie, it is made clear that the Bye-Bye Man affects your vision. He makes you hallucinate. You see things that aren't there, and you don't see things that are there. So in response, this moron keeps hopping into a car and driving around. You are hallucinating. You're gonna end up running over someone. Oh, well, who could have seen that coming? Furthermore, there is a scene where he wants to go find out more about the Bye-Bye Man, so he goes to a library and searches for him online. Two things about that. One, you have a smartphone. Use it. You don't need a computer. Second, he goes on search, because they couldn't acquire the rights to Google, or Bing, apparently, which is hilarious. I'm surprised when he searched the Bye-Bye Man, the first result wasn't 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. Also, Elliot is the most self-incriminating human being on the planet. He says this to a cop!
And I can help you. Otherwise, it'll be out of my hands, and you will be wishing that you had.
You might find yourself wishing I hadn't.
But I'm afraid of putting this into your head. All I have to do is talk to you. You and your kids. You're all dead.
Dude, you either have balls the size of watermelons, or you are as smart as an actual watermelon. Oh, and after telling the cop this whole crazy deal in the most awkward, I'm high on Red Bull manner possible, the cop just lets him go. Of course. We need him for the plot, guys! God, this movie sucks! But the worst thing is the mistake each main character makes repeatedly. They become aware that the Bye-Bye Man is making them hallucinate. But they keep falling for it, over and over. Kim, seconds after figuring out that the Bye-Bye Man is just messing with her head, sees this and falls for it without any hesitation and dies. You just said he was tricking you all and you let him trick you again. They keep falling for it over and over and over again. Elliot eventually learns and avoids falling for a hallucination at a point, only to turn around and shoot his girlfriend because he thought it was John. You literally regressed. You figured it out, dude. Are you kidding me? How are you this stupid? How do you go from not falling for it to immediately falling for it again and murdering your girlfriend? He went backwards.
Oh, and at the very beginning of the movie, when Larry is going on his rampage, he chases one of his friends into the house with a shotgun, and she slams the door, but doesn't lock it. So, of course, he gets in and shoots her, because she forgot to lock the door. Hello? So yeah, this is such a poorly written catastrophe of a movie. But this is not like the Emoji Movie where I was just sitting there bored out of my mind. I mean, the movie's really boring, but it's hysterically bad at points. As I mentioned, there are two parts where I was in tears laughing out loud in the theater.
This was the first of the two. Are you serious? Really? The squishing sound? That was the best take you got. Really? Half her brain is missing, and all you can get is squish. But not to be outdone, we have Elliot here losing his freaking mind.
Hello.
This is how people act when they're losing their mind. After seeing that, at this point, if you don't get it, then there's nothing else that can be done. You're beyond saving at this point. I don't know what else to say after that. The Bye Bye Man is a god-awful train wreck in every way. Like, it's unfortunate that it's not more like those two really unintentionally hilarious scenes. If the movie had more stuff in it like that that left me rolling around on the floor laughing, then honestly, I would honestly give it the horror movie treatment of The Room. It would be that equivalent. But as it stands, I can't say it's just the bestest because it's not so bad it's funny. It's just bad. It's worse than the Emoji Movie by an infinite degree. The Bye Bye Man is just the worstest. Oh God, I'm glad this is over. I honestly think I need to take a break at this point because wow, that was earth-shatteringly awful. But I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and hopefully it won't be another year and a half before the next episode of the Bestest Movies. Although I might need it to mentally prepare after this. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And I'll see you guys next time in my next movie review, which is... Oh, come on!